Good evening, everyone. It's me again, Al Brown Spencer. Today is Sunday, the 22nd of March 2026, and it is almost 10 o'clock in the evening. And I am still here in San Sebastian, and the circumstances are getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And the bad news for me, that I know it for sure now, and for whoever cares about me, I am actually dying, and I can feel it. The insects that they infested me with, it's very, very dangerous insects, and they actually are eating me from inside, and they are digging literally in my ear, and I can feel them getting closer to my brain. Not only this, they are causing me trouble. Even my lower jaw is literally I'm having difficulties sometimes, even when I'm talking or when I'm eating and so on. And this has got nothing to do with my teeth whatsoever. It's the jaw itself, where the joint, because they are digging near the joint here, getting closer and closer and closer. And I'm feeling them closer and closer and closer to here. The right one is going this way. The left one is digging near the jaw there and going literally this direction. And I feel it so clearly, and I hear them digging and crackling and doing whatever. And when they get aggravated, they become so aggressive, and they bite so hard, and they scratch so hard, and they go crazy. Like today, for example, I didn't have any food here in my van, and I don't have money, and it's Sunday anyway. Shops are closed. Only shops are like the off license, and they literally, very expensive, and €5 wouldn't buy much. And I went diving, trying to catch a fish today, and unfortunately, I didn't catch any fish. And I came back, changed my clothes, and went asking people for help to give me food and money and so on. I'm trying to make things clear to people who are watching my videos, so they don't jump to conclusion, and they don't judge, and they don't, misunderstand. I can prove the existence of these insects in my ears. Simple. Anyone out there who wants to know the truth and who wants to see it with their own eyes, it's easy. All what you need is a magnifying glass. And the reason I'm saying so, because these insects are producing larvae very, often. And this larva goes from the nest to where they are dug, and crawls all the way up my nose, the passage, my ear, the passage in my ear, and then out. And then they try to find the air passage, where they stay there for 24 hours and develop. So when they are here, I can feel them, and I can tell anyone who wants to see them with a magnifying glass, and they see them. The other thing, they are in my eyelid, because after they stay in the sinuses, the cavities, or in the throat, stuck there developing, when they are ready, which is about 24 hours after they hatch or come out from the ear, then they come out again from the air passage or the sinus, and then literally they go to the eye directly. It's like, they don't go to the lips, they don't stick to the lips, although it is still soft tissue. They go directly to the eye, and they stick in the lids from inside, the soft tissue in the lid covered. And they stick there and suck blood for about up to 48 hours. And then they leave, and then this is their adulthood. They start then to sting and stick to the skin, and sting and suck blood. And the problem is not for these generations. It's for the ones that are in my ears. There are 2 female breeders, one in each ear, and they made their nest, one here and one here, and both they are producing larvae oftenly. And anyone who doubts what I'm saying, or anyone who thinks this guy's paranoid, this guy's hallucinating, this guy's making this up, this guy this guy that, I can prove it, I can prove it, I can prove it, and I can prove it. People who really care to see and know the truth, they can contact me, and if you have a magnifying glass, you can see this larva when it's coming out from my ear. It's not like I'm gonna give it to you in a jar or whatever. You can see it coming out of my ear. So you see with your own eyes that I'm not making this up. It's coming out of my ear. And you can see under the eyelid and so on. Have I said that? I already caught some of these, but I killed them. When I catch them, I kill them. But I can keep them in a jar. This is a gum. Like, this is an old gum that I chewed before and used. And this is getting them or catching them easily. So once they are here, I just put this and press it, and literally I get them stuck in this gum. And of course, if you take the insect that is stuck to the gum after I stick it in the gum, you can put it under a magnifying glasses and you will see it. But to see it clearly and in details, under a microscope, you can see it. And people who want to see and know the truth, they can see and watch this or these insects and larvae coming out of my ears, because their mother's breeders, or the female breeders, are inside my ear, infested me, and so on. My abusers convinced people, or some people who knew about the insects in my van, they convinced them that they were going to put fleas or whatever, harmless, just to sting me, blah, 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 to make me leave the van or force me to leave the van. Why? Again, other lie they're trying to cover up. As a therapy, because I have a phobia after what lots of things they did to me, that I have to have a closed door where I sleep and lock it, which is security for me after all what was done to me and so on. Have I said that? Of course, this is bullshit. Anyway, I went and I slept in the open, homeless on the street in a sleeping bag for 3 nights. And for them, they've seen that, okay, this happened, blah, 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 and all of this. But this is what they convinced other people with, that it's a therapy. We want him just to get out of the van and be in the open. We see whether he's going to fall asleep. Even if he is worried, blah, 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 he will fall asleep. And so on, blah, 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 from, the tiredness and so on. But in fact, these people don't know that my abusers put very dangerous insects in the insects that they infested me with. And these insects are deadly. And they are now digging their burrow and nesting in my ears and producing larvae, and they're eating my flesh, my living flesh. And they are not stopping. I mean, they are digging every single day, and I can feel them and I can hear them. And anyone, doubting about what I'm saying or thinking anything, and they really genuinely want to know the truth, I can prove it. I can prove it. I can prove it easily. Just get a magnifying glasses, and when I feel them, or when I feel the larva coming out of the ear, I tell you, and then you will look and you will find it. Or if you have a microscope, I can stick them with this, and then you can take a look on them under the microscope. But as I said, the larvae are not the problem. Yes, they develop and become adults, and they start stinging, blah, 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 and all of this. But it's the ones in my ears that I need to kill them. They must be killed or extracted and destroyed, because these are dangerous insects. If they get into I don't know, like elderly or a kid, this is a problem. So they must be removed completely. The other thing that I'm trying to explain here, I know for sure that these insects are a biological weapon. These insects are not normal insects. They don't die. No matter what pesticides you're going to put, they don't die. They don't die from anything. I mean, I put everything you could imagine in terms of, pesticides, sprayed and all, nothing. All what it did, it drove them crazy. When I went to the hospital on Friday, I put the pesticide and that made them so crazy. And then they started digging and biting so, aggressively and badly that the pain was unbelievable. And I promise you, the pain, I cannot describe it. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable pain. Hence, I went to the hospital and asked them for help. But of course, in the hospital, and I believe 100% the doctor who examined me, he lied, or she lied. And basically, all what they did, they are giving me no chance. And they lied and they said, oh, we cannot see anything, and so on. So in front of everyone, this guy is lying or crazy or paranoid or hallucinating. But I am gonna prove it. And as I said, anyone who wants to see it with their own eyes and see that I can prove it and it's a reality and I'm not lying and the doctor in the hospital lied, you contact me. And straight away, I just remove the plug in a dark area, dark, quiet area, and you will see they will start coming out, the larvae and so on, because they produce this way, especially when I go to sleep, when it's dark, when I'm quiet and so on. They are so active then, and they produce so much larva that I need to wear, like something on my eyes, like swimming goggles or whatever, so they cannot get in my eyes, and put plugs so these larvae cannot come out from my ear and start the cycle. But still, they can. When I go out and so on and I remove it, at every moment they have a chance, they produce larvae, and the larvae start again going to my eyes and my air passage and so on. So anyway, I know for sure that these insects are a biological weapon. And I know for sure that here in the Basque Country, a small region like this, they don't have the facilities or the knowledge or the technology to actually develop a biological weapon like this. So the question here is, just if the Basque Country government responsible or taking part of doing this to me and infesting me with this insect, which a biological weapon basically, where did they get that from? Who gave them this biological weapon? And I'm not exaggerating. Anyone watching this thinks that I'm exaggerating and it's a normal insect. It's not. You can contact me and you will see with your own eyes. It's not a normal insect. It's a biological weapon, and I'm willing to give it to other countries to see, to find out where does this come from, who has this technology, and so on. So, as I said, the question now is, which country developed this biological weapon, and which country responsible for passing this to the Basque Country, if the Basque Country, the government here, decided to do this to me? And if it's not, which other government did this? Which government responsible for this biological weapon? The country where I was born? England? Germany? Italy? Netherlands? France? I don't know. The USA? I don't know. And I'm saying so because lots of these countries, lots of politicians from these countries got involved in what was done to me and my case and so on. So anyway, people out there who really want to help, who wants to see the truth with their own eyes. Otherwise, if you just gonna say, oh, the doctor said nothing, so it's nothing, it might be a problem with you. Then simply, if you say like this, you are an enemy to me. You are literally supporting my enemies, or you are one of them. As simple as that. People who really, really wants to see the truth and know the truth and help me will contact me to see these larvae and these insects with their own eyes. So they know that I am not lying, but the doctor in the hospital lied. And you could imagine why and all of this. I mean, my abusers manipulated people in much, much worse and, strong and sensitive positions and posts and so on. So definitely they can manipulate a doctor if it's not even one of them. So yeah, the last thing I thought in my life that I would be hit by a biological weapon like this. It's unbelievable. unbelievable. And these insects are dangerous, so dangerous and so aggressive, more than what you can ever imagine. If I try to describe to you the pain and the aggression they showed when I tried to spray, in my ear and kill them and so on, oh my word, I cannot describe it. I cannot describe it. Anyway, I have no time. I can feel it. These insects are killing me, are digging in deeper and deeper and deeper every day. And I'm dying. I'm not joking. I am not joking. These insects are killing me. One of these insects are going towards my brain. And if it goes through to the skull and manage to munch in the skull and go through, it's game over, 100%. I don't know what else to say. All what I'm going to say is, anyone who's watching this video, if you're a genuine, honest person and you really want to know the truth and help, please contact me and I will prove to you that I'm not lying. I'm not making this up. I'm not paranoid about it. I'm not hallucinating. And you will see the larvae of these insects yourself coming out of my ear. And you will see them stuck here. And you will see them. You can take a look at them under a microscope and you will see what they are. But as I tried to explain, most importantly for me, killing the ones that are inside my ears. These are the breeders. These are the female, the mothers, the breeders who are breeding these insects and producing them. And I cannot just keep a plug in my ear my whole life. These insects must be extracted and studied for those who wants to see and study this biological weapon. But if it's not important, they must be killed. Anyway, thank you very much for your time, and I hope I will hear from some people who are honest, reliable, genuine, and really willing to help. Thank you.